I had a dream of playing for the women's national team since I was a young girl. And all I needed was someone to help guide me there. I was all in. I was willing to sacrifice everything. I was willing to give up so many things. I was willing to never ski again and never put myself in danger of getting injured. I don't go out much. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any of that stuff. So for me, that was the easy bit. The hard bit was trying to get fit and going through hard times.
But at that moment, you guys, right before you met, I mean, you weren't in a great place, it sounds like, mentally, because you didn't think that you were going to be able to do it. You had gotten cut from that team. Mm-hmm. So that was still your dream, but you just hadn't found a way to get going with it. Is that fair to say?
Yes, I didn't have someone who I felt truly believed and was able to guide me there. Immediately when we started training together, I was seeing results. I was confident again. I had a newfound passion for the game again. And I was willing to just seriously be a sponge and soak up every single thing he was telling me. Whether it was go run for 20 minutes, light jog, stretch. Like, I was doing it, you know. When my watch said 20 minutes, I was stopping and not a second short.
James, you had a plan then. When she said, I'm in, what was your plan as far as, okay, the next 6 months I want you to do this, leading up to the next big, you know?
Yeah, so I think the way that I explained everything to Carli was key. First of all, with the 5 pillars, the technical and tactical, which she had, and then I explained to her the 3 pillars that she's missing. She kind of understood a little simple plan, and then I designed a plan for her, 3 phases. We started in 2003. The first phase would end in 2008. And then, yeah.
So you knew there were 3 phases, and the first phase was 5 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we knew. Yeah,
and
the first phase
you
was.
signed on the dotted line. Okay.
Yeah, that was the first phase. So 2003 to 2008 at the Olympics was the first phase, and then the second phase was 2008 to 2012, and currently we're in the 3rd phase. Okay, so I set up this plan, and phase 1 was get your foot in the door.
It's like a 52-year plan.
So the first phase was get your foot in the door, which we wanted her to do, and she did that, and that was 10 in 2008. And she ended that phase with scoring the game-winning goal at the Olympics. Then the next phase was become an established player in the team, and she ended that with 2 game-winning goals at the Olympics. And then the 3rd phase, which is supposed to end next year, was to be the best player in the world. And I think she achieved that a year early this time.
So we've added a 4th phase.
Oh, wait. Did you hear this? Say it again.
We've added a 4th phase.
Yes.
I think after the World Cup, James was like, all right, I think you're ready for phase 4. And I'm like, oh, there's a 4th phase?
I only had 3. I'm just shocked. I mean, that you knew from the beginning that this wasn't just a couple of years. I mean, that's a good chunk of your life, that you're committing to this man from the beginning.
Pretty much. And he's never steered me wrong. And everything that, on and off the field, he's the coach himself, so he can help give me the perspective of a coach and how to deal with certain situations. I mean, it's basically just having this constant go-to person who I can confide in each and every day. Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we did talk about earlier, and I thought was like, okay, I have this great question and everyone will love the answer. He couldn't answer. Neither one of you guys could answer the question of, okay, give me an example of one day of a workout. I want to know one of Carli Lloyd's workouts and try to do half of it and fall on my face and die. Give me one workout, and both of you said, I can't do that because?
No day's ever the same.
In all of these years since 2003,
yeah.
Not one day has been a workout that's the same as another.
No, never.
And we've trained a lot.
Myself as a coach, when I started coaching, I didn't rely on books or videos or anything like that. I just, by accident, I kind of just got thrown into coaching, and I was just given a group of kids, and I just had to design my own drills. So I got thrown in, and I just had this natural ability of designing stuff on the fly. And that's the bit that I like. That's the bit that I got addicted to in the beginning, that I was kind of like a designer, not like a copy sort of a coach. And that's what I liked. So I kind of built this philosophy within myself that, you know, here's my students, and in the case of Carli, here's today. I've got to create an environment that's going to make her uncomfortable first, and then by the end of the session, she's got to be comfortable. So as soon as she reaches that level, the next day I show up and make it a little bit harder, and then the next day again. And the only way you can do that is by continuously creating new environments that make her feel uncomfortable, and constantly breaking barriers. I mean, she just came back from the World Cup, and my goal was to make her feel like she's a rec player.
And I have been.
But I mean, at this point, you know his strategy. You know he's just trying to mess with you, and you still.
I mean, I haven't quite caught on to his brain, but I'm slowly looking back and saying, oh, that's why you did that. I mean, when we first started out, you know, we would train, we would do ball stuff, and then he would sit in his chair and say, okay, run around here, do this, set up cones. And then all of a sudden one day he stopped coming, and I'm like, what, is he too busy for me? Like, what's going on? But then we've discussed this, and I've looked back. He was teaching me responsibility. He was teaching me that no one's gonna be there for you to run, no one's gonna be there to hold your hand to get fit, so put your music on, run, work hard, and call it a day.